40,000 men rallied under Musaylimah at Yamama, and Abu Bakr could spare only 4,000 to confront them. How would the steward of the Prophet's legacy hold the ummah together when the very keepers of its book were dying on the field? As Al-Tabari recorded in his Tarikh, the danger was not merely military, it threatened the preservation of revelation itself. Ibn al-Athir likewise records the size and ferocity of the gathering at Yamama in Najd, near al-Rass, and the urgency that pressed upon Medina. The stakes were absolute. If the apostasy of Yamama and allied tribes succeeded, the authority of the caliphate would fracture, tribute would vanish, and the message entrusted by the Prophet would be shaken. Abu Bakr's niyyah, to preserve Islam and the community, framed every decision. Ibn Kathir relates that he understood the contest as both a temporal and spiritual defense, a defense demanding both swords and conscience. Strategically, Abu Bakr made a clear choice: decisive concentration. He appointed Khalid ibn al-Walid to lead the effort with a core force, trusting speed, discipline, and the ability to strike the enemy's center before rival tribes could join them. Al-Tabari reports Khalid's force as 4,000 men against Musaylimah's 40,000 at Yamama. Ibn al-Athir repeats these figures and stresses the disparity that made choice urgent. The terrain of Najd open plains with patches of sand and Huwaisis favored maneuver and quick strikes. Khalid's reputation for rapid cavalry movements and strict drill was precisely why Abu Bakr sent him without delay. The tactical reasoning was twofold. First, prevent the consolidation of a large hostile coalition by striking swiftly. Second, minimize the prolonged exposure of newly Muslim tribes to seduction by false claimants. Abu Bakr therefore dispersed other detachments to contain uprisings in Bahrain, Oman, and northward, while concentrating a mobile strike at Yamama. As Ibn Kathir records, this combination of containment and decisive blow was intended to restore allegiance across Arabia. Yet doubt and human weight pressed upon the caliph. After the clash at Yamama, reports came of heavy Muslim losses among those who had memorized the Quran. Ibn al-Athir records the painful statistics of casualties among reciters. Al-Tabari recounts Abu Bakr's private grief when Yamama urged him that the revelation must be secured. In that crisis, Abu Bakr showed his moral courage. He consented to Yamama's plea and commissioned Zayd ibn Thabit to collect the Quran into a single written codex, a decision born of humility, responsibility, and fear for the community's future. The resolution was brutal and purposeful. Khalid's strike at Yamama broke the apostate stronghold. The concentrated force exploited speed and moral cohesion to shatter a numerically superior enemy, as the chronicles make clear. Abu Bakr's orders to protect the faith's transmission ensured that victory had a longer legacy than territory alone. As Ibn Kathir emphasizes, the combination of military decisiveness and moral guardianship defined the caliph's response. But the war's scars were not contained to the battlefield. What Abu Bakr had secured with blood and counsel raised a new question. With the Arabian tribes subdued but exhausted, who would now answer the looming call beyond the desert? A letter would come, and with it a new horizon of campaigns and judgments that would test the unity he had just agonized to save. EVNTSCOVID, Battle of Yamama, compilation of the Quran. The commander tasked with saving Medina had just 13,000 men against an alliance of tribes from across the Arabian Peninsula, united to extinguish the light of Islam. As Ibn al-Athir recorded in al-Kamil fi al-Tarikh, Khalid ibn al-Walid received a stark order from Caliph Abu Bakr: march north to Dhat al-Salasil and shatter the gathering storm before it could descend upon the Muslim heartland. The very survival of the nascent state still reeling from the Prophet's passing, hinged on this single, preemptive strike. The strategic challenge was immense. The tribes of Banu Asad, Ghatafan, Ta'i, and others had coalesced into a formidable coalition under a respected leader, Tulayha al-Asadi. They had chosen the remote wells of Dhat al-Salasil, a location in Najd, as their rallying point. Abu Bakr's reasoning, as gleaned from the chronicles, was pure strategic necessity. He could not allow this confederation to grow stronger or march south. He dispatched Khalid, the sword of Allah, not merely to fight, but to dismantle the threat entirely. Khalid's force of 13,000, as reported by Ibn al-Athir, moved with astonishing speed across the desert, aiming to deliver a decisive blow before the enemy's preparations were complete. As Khalid's army approached, the moment of crisis arrived. The enemy forces were entrenched and prepared. A direct assault could lead to catastrophic losses. According to Al-Tabari's account in his Tarikh, Khalid paused. He deployed advanced scouts and studied the terrain meticulously. The weight of command was upon him. Failure here would mean the unraveling of Abu Bakr's caliphate and open the gates of Medina to invasion. His decision in this moment would define not just a battle, but the future of a civilization. The resolution was a masterclass in psychological and tactical warfare. Khalid did not immediately engage. Instead, as detailed by the historians, he employed a strategy of demonstration and division. He arrayed his forces with imposing discipline, showcasing the unity and strength of the Muslim army. He then sent forward delegations and engaged in targeted skirmishes, aiming to sow doubt among the allied tribes. The core of his plan, as Ibn Kathir notes, was to exploit the inherent fragility of a coalition bound by temporary interest, not faith. One by one, the resolve of the allied tribes began to crack under the pressure of Khalid's poised and relentless army. The confrontation culminated in a decisive engagement where Khalid's forces prevailed, scattering the coalition and neutralizing Tulayha's rebellion. The sands of Dhat al-Salasil were secured, but the letter that reached Khalid as the dust settled carried a new command from Abu Bakr that would turn his army toward a far greater and far more perilous horizon. Eventscoveid. The gathering of the tribal coalition at Dhat al-Salasil, Khalid ibn al-Walid's preemptive campaign and decisive victory. In the heart of Medina, with a city council of 60 nobles, a critical decision awaited. Islamic tradition required a single leader to lead the Friday prayer, a role that would also guide the ummah in politics and war. The Prophet, Arabic Sada, Arabic Lam, Arabic Khalif Muksura, Arabic Khalif, Arabic Lam, Arabic Lam, Arabic Ha, Arabic Tain, Arabic Lam, Arabic Yet, Arabic Ha, Arabic Wow, Arabic Sin, Arabic Lam, Arabic Meme had passed, and the community found itself at a crossroads. As Al-Tabari recorded in his Tarikh al-Rusul wa al-Mulak, the situation was fraught with tension, for the unity of the Muslims hung in the balance. The Prophet, Arabic Sada, Arabic Lam, Arabic Khalif Muksura, Arabic Khalif, Arabic Lam, Arabic Lam, Arabic Ha, Arabic Tain, Arabic Lam, Arabic Yet, Arabic Ha, Arabic Wow, Arabic Sin, Arabic Lam, Arabic Meme had left no heir, and the companions were tasked with choosing a leader who could preserve the unity of the ummah and protect Islam. The stakes were monumental. If the community failed to agree on a leader, the fragile unity forged under the Prophet's guidance could shatter, leaving the ummah vulnerable to internal strife and external threats. The Arabian Peninsula was a land of tribes, each with its own loyalties and rivalries. Without a strong, unified leadership, the fledgling Islamic State could collapse, undoing the Prophet's lifework. Among the most prominent candidates were Abu Bakr, Umar ibn al-Khattab, and Uthman ibn Affan. Each had their supporters, and each was a man of great piety and wisdom. The decision was not merely about leadership, it was about the future of Islam itself. The companions knew they had to choose wisely, for the wrong choice could lead to catastrophe. The strategic challenge was clear. The early Muslims were still a small community, numbering around 70,000, dispersed across the Arabian Peninsula. The surrounding tribes, some of whom had only recently accepted Islam or were still hostile, posed a constant threat. The new leader would need to unite these tribes under a single banner, ensuring the survival and growth of Islam. Abu Bakr, known for his close companionship with the Prophet, Arabic Sada, Arabic Lam, Arabic Khalif Muksura, Arabic Khalif, Arabic Lam, Arabic Lam, Arabic Ha, Arabic Tain, Arabic Lam, Arabic Yet, Arabic Ha, Arabic Wow, Arabic Sin, Arabic Lam, Arabic Meme, and his deep understanding of Islamic law, emerged as a frontrunner. His humility, piety, and unwavering commitment to the faith made him a trusted figure among the companions. However, he faced stiff competition. Yamama, a formidable orator and a stalwart defender of the faith, had his own loyal following. The question of leadership was not just about who was most capable. It was about who could best represent the Prophet's legacy and unite the ummah. The crisis came when the companions gathered in the Saqafa of Banu Saida, a place of assembly for the Ansar. The Ansar, the helpers of Medina, had played a crucial role in the early days of Islam, providing shelter and support to the Prophet and his followers. They now sought recognition for their contributions and a voice in the selection of the new leader. As Ibn al-Athir recorded in al-Kamil fi al-Tarikh, tensions rose as the Ansar argued for their own leader, fearing that the Muhajirun, the emigrants from Makkah, would dominate the community. The situation threatened to split the ummah along tribal lines, a danger that could undo years of unity and progress. Abu Bakr, ever the diplomat, stepped forward. He acknowledged the Ansar's contributions and their rightful place in the community. But he also emphasized the need for unity, for the survival of Islam depended on the Muhajirun and Ansar standing together. His words resonated with the companions, who recognized the wisdom in his approach. Abu Bakr's humility and his ability to bridge the divide between the tribes won him the support of the Ansar and the Muhajirun alike. The resolution came swiftly. The companions pledged their allegiance to Abu Bakr, recognizing him as the first caliph of the Muslim ummah. His leadership was not just about his personal qualities. It was about his ability to bring the community together under the banner of Islam. Abu Bakr's first act as caliph was to address the community, reaffirming the principles of justice, equality, and unity that the Prophet, Arabic Sada, Arabic Lam, Arabic Khalif Muksura, Arabic Khalif, Arabic Lam, Arabic Lam, Arabic Ha, Arabic Tain, Arabic Lam, Arabic Yet, Arabic Ha, Arabic Wow, Arabic Sin, Arabic Lam, Arabic Meme had instilled. But the challenges ahead were far from over. The Ridda Wars, the wars of apostasy, loomed on the horizon. Tribes that had only recently accepted Islam were now threatening to break away, challenging the authority of the new caliphate. The letter that arrived that night would change everything, for it spoke of rebellion and the need for swift action to preserve the unity of the ummah. EVNTSCOVEID. Selection of Abu Bakr as caliph, the Saqafa pledge, the threat of the Ridda Wars. The sands of the desert whispered a chilling prophecy. The Sasanian Empire, a titan of the East, was not yet broken. Though the swift campaigns of Khalid ibn al-Walid had shaken its foundations, a new, colossal army was massing near the Euphrates. 9,000 men, a mere fraction of the Islamic host, stood between the caliphate and a resurgent Persian might poise to reclaim its lost glory. The fate of nascent Islam, its fragile expansion, and the very heartland of Arabia rested on the shoulders of Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas. Failure here meant more than lost territory. It meant the undoing of years of sacrifice, the silencing of the call to Islam in lands freshly touched by its message, and a devastating blow to the morale of the faithful. The Persians, under their commander Rustam Farrukhzad, mustered an army that dwarfed Sa'd's command, bringing with them the formidable war elephants that had long instilled terror in the hearts of warriors. The stakes were immeasurable. A Sasanian victory would extinguish the light of Islam in the east before it could truly ignite. Sa'd, a veteran of Badr and Uhud, understood the gravity of his position. He established his camp at the plain of al-Qadisiyyah, a strategic locale chosen for its proximity to the Euphrates and its defensible terrain. His initial force, though brave, was significantly outnumbered. Al-Tabari records that the Persian army numbered at least 60,000 warriors, bolstered by their dreaded elephants. Sa'd's own army, according to Ibn al-Athir, numbered around 9,000 men. The tactical challenge was immense: how to overcome such a numerical and materiel disadvantage. Sa'd's reasoning was rooted in exploiting the Persians' overconfidence and the terrain. He planned to engage them piecemeal, using disciplined formations and the well-honed skills of his archers and swordsmen to counter the sheer weight of numbers and the shock of the elephant charge. He knew that a direct, open confrontation would play into the enemy's hands. As the two armies faced each other across the plain, a wave of sickness afflicted Sa'd. He was weakened, unable to personally lead from the front lines as he would have wished. This period brought a profound test of faith and leadership. Ibn Kathir notes that Sa'd, despite his illness, remained steadfast, directing his generals from his tent. He entrusted command to his most capable lieutenants, relying on their courage and the divine support he implored. The weight of the impending battle, the suffering of his men, and his own physical frailty could have easily led to despair. Yet his resolve, forged in the crucible of early Islam, held firm. He directed his commanders to use the elephants against the enemy, a risky maneuver that required immense courage and precise execution. The battle raged for days. Sa'd's tactical ingenuity shone. His forces, particularly the skilled elephant handlers and archers, began to turn the tide. The Muslims employed a daring tactic. They targeted the elephants, wounding them and driving them into their own lines, sowing chaos and panic among the Persian ranks. As Ibn al-Athir recounts, the disciplined charge of the Muslim warriors, coupled with the confusion wrought by the maddened elephants, began to break the Sasanian formation. The day of the elephants ended with a decisive Muslim victory, the Persian army shattered and Rustam himself slain. The conquest of al-Qadisiyyah was a monumental victory, opening the path to the heart of Persia. Yet, as the dust settled, a new threat loomed on the horizon. Word arrived of an immense Persian relief army marching from the north, its objective to avenge the defeat and crush the invaders. EVNTSCOVRED. Battle of al-Qadisiyyah, Sasanian defeat, Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas' illness and tactical command. In the year 632 CE, the Islamic State faced an existential threat. With the Prophet Muhammad, Arabic Sada, Arabic Lam, Arabic Khalif Muksura, Arabic Khalif, Arabic Lam, Arabic Lam, Arabic Ha, Arabic Tain, Arabic Lam, Arabic Yet, Arabic Ha, Arabic Wow, Arabic Seen, Arabic Lam, Arabic Meme gone from this world, whispers of treason began to spread like wildfire. As Al-Tabari recorded in his Tarikh al-Rusul wa al-Muluk, tribes across Arabia started to rebel, refusing to pay the zakat and questioning the authority of the newly established caliphate. Abu Bakr, the first caliph, found himself at a crossroads. The stability of the ummah, depended on his ability to quell these revolts swiftly and decisively. The stakes couldn't have been higher. If Abu Bakr failed to unify the tribes, the fledgling Islamic State risked fragmentation. The rebels, numbering in the tens of thousands, threatened to undo the hard-won unity achieved under the Prophet Arabic Sada, Arabic Lam, Arabic Khalif Muksura, Arabic Khalif, Arabic Lam, Arabic Lam, Arabic Ha, Arabic Tain, Arabic Lam, Arabic Yet, Arabic Ha, Arabic Wow, Arabic Sin, Arabic Lam, Arabic Meme. The Caliph knew that hesitation could be catastrophic. He needed to act fast, and he needed to act smart. Abu Bakr turned to his most trusted generals, Khalid ibn al-Walid and Amr ibn al-As. Together, they devised a strategy to strike at the heart of the rebellion. The first target was the powerful tribe of Banu Tamim, who had amassed an army of 10,000 warriors in the region of al-Yamama. As Ibn al-Athir notes in al-Kamil fi al-Tarikh, Abu Bakr chose to send Khalid ibn al-Walid, known as the Sword of Allah, to lead the campaign. Khalid's reputation for tactical brilliance and unmatched courage made him the ideal choice for this critical mission. The terrain of al-Yamama was treacherous, a mix of arid plains and rugged mountains. Khalid knew that a direct assault would be costly. Instead, he opted for a strategy of divide and conquer. He split his forces, sending smaller units to cut off supply lines and weaken the rebels' morale. This tactic forced the Banu Tamim to fight on multiple fronts, diminishing their strength and resolve. However, Khalid faced a moment of real difficulty when his scouts reported that the Banu Tamim had sought refuge in the fortress of al-Hazim. As Al-Tabari records, Khalid paused. The fortress was heavily fortified, and a direct assault could lead to heavy casualties. But retreating was not an option. The future of the ummah depended on his success. Khalid chose to surround the fortress, cutting off all supplies and water. The rebels, trapped and desperate, eventually surrendered. This victory demonstrated Khalid's strategic brilliance and his unwavering commitment to the cause of Islam. With the Banu Tamim defeated, Abu Bakr turned his attention to other rebellious tribes. The caliphate's authority was reaffirmed, and the ummah was once again united under the banner of Islam. But even as the dust settled from these battles, new challenges loomed on the horizon. Rumors of unrest in the distant lands of Persia and Rome began to surface. What nobody knew was that 200 miles north, a new army was already marching. EVNTSCOVRD, the Ridda Wars, Battle of al-Hazim, campaign against Banu Tamim. The air over the Yarmouk Valley crackled with an anticipation that few could comprehend. Before the disciplined ranks of the Byzantine Empire stood an army of Islam, numbering barely 30,000 souls, yet tasked with confronting a force that dwarfed them, exceeding 100,000 men according to the chronicles of Al-Tabari. The fate of Syria, and perhaps the burgeoning faith itself, hung precariously in the balance. Failure here would mean the unraveling of all that had been achieved, pushing the nascent Muslim state back to the brink of its very survival. The strategic challenge was immense. The Byzantine Emperor Heraclius had assembled a coalition of Christian tribes and imperial legions, a formidable host poised to reclaim these lands. Their objective was clear: to annihilate the Muslim presence and restore Roman dominion. The terrain itself offered little comfort, a vast expanse of rolling hills and arid plains that could swallow an army whole. The Muslims, led by the seasoned Khalid ibn al-Walid, found themselves in a precarious position, outnumbered and facing an enemy entrenched in their own territory, bolstered by formidable fortifications and a seemingly inexhaustible supply of manpower. Khalid ibn al-Walid, known for his astute battlefield command, understood the gravity of the situation. He recognized that a direct confrontation, man for man, would be suicidal. His strategy, as recorded by Ibn al-Athir, was to exploit the enemy's overconfidence and their unwieldy numbers. He employed tactics of feigned retreat and strategic encirclement, luring segments of the Byzantine army into ambushes and disrupting their formation. He divided his forces, creating the illusion of greater numbers and sowing confusion amongst the enemy commanders. The battlefield was to become a crucible where discipline and strategic acumen would be tested against sheer might. As the days of fighting wore on, the sheer pressure began to tell. The Byzantine lines, vast and deep, proved difficult to break, and the relentless onslaught of their archers and cavalry inflicted heavy casualties. According to Ibn Kathir, a moment of profound doubt swept through the Muslim ranks. Scouts returned with grim reports of fresh Byzantine reinforcements arriving, their banners a sea of color on the horizon. The weight of the decision fell upon Khalid. He knew that a single misstep, a moment of hesitation, could spell disaster. He gathered his commanders, the air thick with unspoken anxieties, and reaffirmed their resolve, reminding them of their cause and the divine promise of victory for the steadfast. The turning point came with a daring maneuver. Khalid, drawing upon his deep understanding of cavalry warfare, executed a decisive flanking attack. As Ibn al-Athir describes, a contingent of Muslim horsemen launched a swift and brutal assault on the Byzantine rear, shattering their cohesion and creating a panic that rippled through their ranks. Simultaneously, the Muslim infantry pressed their advantage on the front lines. The sheer ferocity and coordinated nature of the attack overwhelmed the Byzantines, who, unaccustomed to such determined resistance, began to break and flee. The field of Yarmouk became a testament to tactical brilliance and unwavering faith. Yet, even as the dust settled on the bloody field of Yarmouk, a new shadow began to lengthen. Word arrived of a vast Persian army massing on the eastern frontier, a threat as potent as the one that had just been vanquished. The Caliph Abu Bakr, his heart heavy with the cost of victory, received the dispatches. Had the triumph at Yarmouk merely cleared the path for a new, even greater danger to descend upon the nascent Muslim state? EVNTSCOVID. Battle of Yarmouk, Byzantine troop movements, Persian troop movements.